Hello, food scientist. My name is Madi and you're watching the first day of food science camp. Food science is my absolute favorite, and you may be wondering why. Food science is science that you can eat. This week, we're going to spend 3 days learning more about the science behind the food you eat. Today, we're kicking off camp with baking chemistry. For this, you're going to need cooking spray, 1 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 2½ cups all-purpose flour, 2 cups sugar, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt, 3 large eggs, 3/4 cup vegetable oil, ½ cup of sour cream, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and a cake pan or muffin pan. Let's begin making our cake. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. In a bowl, combine 1 cup of cocoa powder and 1½ cups of hot water. Just as in our bodies, water works by dissolving all the other components, providing them with a medium to perform the required chemical reactions. Water, having a high heat capacity, also controls the internal temperature during baking, while keeping the dough nice and moist. It's essential in all recipes, and yet many recipes don't call for water. That's because all of the water the dough needs comes from wet ingredients such as melted chocolate, milk, and eggs. Go ahead and set this mixture aside when everything is combined. Now, our next focus is flour. As it makes up the bulk of our cake, add 2½ cups of flour to a separate bowl. Gluten is what makes this ingredient special, consisting of proteins that allow our cake to hold its structure as it rises. Other ingredients that serve the same function include eggs or a gluten-free alternative. Sugar is next. Add 2 cups of sugar to your bowl. Sugar is most commonly thought of as a sweetener, but in baked goods, it is also involved in several other processes. Sugar undergoes a series of complex browning reactions above 320 degrees Fahrenheit, and the products of these form the brown crust of many baked goods. These reactions are known as the Maillard reaction or caramelization. Now add 1½ teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda to the mix. Baking powder is essentially sodium bicarbonate and an acid. But what exactly does that mean? Baking powder is what causes your cake to rise because it produces carbon dioxide. Baking soda does essentially the same thing. Ingredients that cause our cake to rise are called leavening agents. Now add 1 teaspoon of salt. Now you're going to add 3 eggs. The interesting thing about eggs is that even though their main role is to bind the other ingredients, egg whites also protect the air bubbles during the baking process, forming a cooked layer around them and preventing them from bursting. This also ensures your delicious cake is free from lumps and unevenness. Now add 3/4 cup of vegetable oil and ½ cup of sour cream to your bowl. Oil and sour cream are a form of fat, which is critical in controlling the chemical environment of a cake. The main role of fats is to ensure the sugar and flour are properly mixed during the processing, as well as preventing too much water absorption by the flour. Fats achieve this due to its hydrophobicity, meaning it doesn't mix well with water. Finally, add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and mix everything, including the cocoa powder and hot water, together. Now that everything is put together, we need to provide energy for the chemical reactions to take place. That's what the oven is for. Once the pastry or cake is placed in the oven, energy in the form of heat speeds up all of the chemical processes, releasing CO2 and expanding the dough. Coat either a cake pan or a baking pan with your choice of cooking spray and pour the batter into the pan. Bake your cake for 30 to 40 minutes or until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. Once your cake is out of the oven, let it cool for about 10 minutes and then decorate it with anything you'd like: icing, sprinkles, and more. I hope you learned that chemistry is a lot sweeter than you think. Make sure to show us your cakes on Flipgrid and tell us what you learned on Microsoft Forms. If you'd like to learn more or sign up for future camps, go to 4h.okstate.edu.